Hey, what's up everyone? Today we are going to be checking out the Kylo Ren 3D print diorama that I made. So the model itself has a height of 12.5 inches and a depth and width of 8.5 inches. It has its base, the 2 feet, the legs, the torso, the 2 arms, the head. It also comes with 2 different lightsabers, one with an activated lightsaber and one that is not activated without the light or the energy. And it also comes with 2 different robes, one with the cape and one without the cape. Some of the software used, I used Zbrush, Maya, and also Marvelous Designer. And Marvelous Designer was used to simulate some clothes, some fabric for the cape and the robe. And also the model was created with a physical rig to try to simulate an actual body. And this model should and is able to stand by itself without the need of the actual base. So this model itself was split into all these parts to try to assure a easy print for all of you. And when I was building the model, I was thinking of how I wanted to print this, if I wanted to separate the robe and the torso, or if it was just going to be the arms. So all those things have to be taken in consideration when the model is being built. And another thing that I was thinking of is how each part is printed. Printing settings are also very important. Uh, the position of the part, how it's printed, so you can achieve certain details on certain sides. Obviously, depending on the type of printer that you're using, you might get different results. So my recommendation, this print was done with FDM and SLA. The hands were the ones printed with SLA resin printing because they have some stitching on the gloves. So that kind of stitching had a lot of more detail on the piece, unlike other parts like, let's say, the arms. You don't have that much detail there. So that was printed with an FDM, PLA to be exact. So once the model was finished printing, my steps are, after that I apply a little bit of primer to sand it down and give it the final finish. Some areas might lose some detail depending on how you're printing the item and what type of printer that you're using, and of course your settings. To me, I'm always losing a little bit of detail no matter how I print it. I think maybe because of my printers are not that high end. Hopefully I can work with other ones in the future. But for now, I try to do the best that I can with what I have. Even the cloth texture part of the model, I printed that in FDM, and that detail was still there. It was outstanding. So although the model itself had an amazing detail on the cloth and the cape and the hood, however, for me, I'm always experimenting. I'm always looking to try new things, basically. So I had never done a cape in cloth, so I decided this was the perfect model to try that out, especially because of how much cloth this character has. It has a robe, it has a cape, and it has a scarf. So I thought there was enough cloth in there to actually work with. And I figured it was gonna look not the best since it was gonna be my first time making a fabric cape. So I went to this hardware store and I bought some wire. I purchased some fabric, and actually a cousin of mine had a very small sewing machine that at that point I had an idea of how to use, but this was like a toy sewing machine, so it was more than enough to get the job done, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. So of course, since I'm no expert sewing, I made some mistakes creating the fabrics, and I didn't close the stitching very properly. Hopefully within the next models I'll learn a little more about fabrics and sewing, and I'll probably make a better outcome. However, the one key part here that I do want to mention is the wire. the wire is essential for something like this. It does maintain its form, and it gives it the form that you want. If I just wanted to put all this just down, it'll probably go and stay there, and the model itself looks right away different. Of course, it's your taste. If you guys end up doing something like this, go ahead and try the wire part. You're probably gonna like it as much as I do. So the cape and the hood, they are all one piece. The head comes off, and then the hood is a single piece, which just gets attached to the model, and it can be removed. And then you can just leave the model itself. So that is one of the parts of the model, which is just the Kylo without the cape and any of the robes. You do have those two accessories to add, with the robe or without the robe. I personally love how it looks with the fabric cape. So once the model was made, I actually had left the base with an sort of a clean top on it, because it wasn't my idea. It was my idea to add some sand or to add some rocks to it to simulate ground for the model, but I ended up going online and searching how to try to simulate some snow. So I found a nice way to make some snow with some baking soda and white glue. I threw some little rocks on it and also little pieces of wood, which to me makes it look great. I was very happy with the outcome, nonetheless, making the model stand out even more. So I hope you guys like the model as much as I do, and if you guys want to purchase it, I will post a link on the description of the video so you guys can go ahead and 3D print this and have it on your display, just like me with my other figures. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is my Kylo Ren 3D print diorama. I'll see you guys next time.